Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Golden Sun. In the last part we finished off the town of Alton, but now we're actually back in the middle tier of the ruin of the mines rather, because there's this door here that we weren't able to access. Because if you came in here you would need this, but you need the lift gem in order to lift, if that sentence made grammatical sense. But yeah, use lift, you lift the boulder up, then you can gain access to this chest. Which contains a cookie, which raises the max PP. I recommend using it on either Isaac or Garrett. I'm gonna use it on Garrett, though. Yeah, 69 PP. It's a PP, too, ha! I'm so immature sometimes. Anyway, now we can actually progress. Back at the bottom layer of the mines, there's a boulder you can lift right in the first room. So this is where we have to go in order to progress. And thankfully we're almost done with this damn song. Anyway, you can move this pillar here in order to get behind it, and find a treasure chest which contains a vial. Not gonna lie, the game gets really easy when you have a crap load of high healing items. I'm probably never gonna use some of them, like I doubt I'm gonna use the Water of Life or Synergy Stones for a while, but still. And once you're over here, you're pretty much done with Alton. We'll be back there probably never. And that was just a perfectly timed battle. That was the door out, by the way. Apparently my cut was a bit too long there. Anyway, welcome to Lama Temple. And Master Hama here's been meditating. But she knows us and has been expecting us. Finally come. Was she expecting us? By the looks. How did she know we would be here right now? Apparently she's anticipating our arrival. You knew we were coming then? Apparently she's been waiting for us a while now. You know about the elemental stars too? Who are you? And she's a Jupiter adept like Ivan is. I'm not a Jupiter adept. What are you talking about? I've been over this, Ivan. Why do you say that? Apparently, Jupiter adepts can read minds, whereas none others can. You predicted our coming, is that also psi energy? Apparently, Jupiter adepts can also foresee events in the future. Then, can Ivan learn the power of prediction too? Apparently he already has it. I don't think I have. But apparently he just doesn't know he has it yet. The power of Jupiter must be great if it lets us see into the future. Yeah, but you also have the lowest defense, naturally, so... Well, I think Mia has less defense, but still. What greater power? Reveal is apparently a new ability for him. You waited here in Lama Temple just to teach Reveal to Ivan? And we need it in order to progress, so you can tell this is mandatory. They can learn it on their own generally, but in order to catch up to Satiros, we need to learn it from her. Felix and the rest of them, huh? Those cowards! Apparently Felix burns a terrible fate? What do you mean? We're gonna need Reveal to pass the desert, and apparently Garrett's not even sure if an evil desert's possible. Of course it is, you dumbass. You believe that, Isaac? Well, I just don't buy it. Why will we need Reveal to cross the desert? That is a good question. Apparently it's a really hot desert, obviously. But since evil's there and the heat's become extremely unbearable, and entering it now is nothing short of death, then how can Satiros cross such a deadly place? And as she's mentioning, Satiros already are Mars adepts. I believe I mentioned that before. But since they're Mars adepts, they're heat elementals, so pretty much they can suppress heat. I still don't understand. How will Reveal help us in such an evil place? Apparently, Reveal will help us find the oases across the entire area. Why would we need Reveal for that? Won't we be able to see the oases? But then there's the problem of mirages. We're about Reveal, we can't find them. Sounds like we should have Ivan learn Reveal, don't you think? Yeah, I don't want to die in any evil desert. Someone hasn't played Final Fantasy V. Ivan, you should let Master Hama teach you how to use Reveal. What's wrong, Master Hama? You can pass Reveal on to me, can't you? But she's not sure it'll work for some reason. She apparently tried to pass it on to a young girl, but she was not an adept, and things might have gone wrong. But apparently there was a change unbeknownst to Hama, and it's Feiji. As we saw back there, she was hit by a Psy-Energy Stone, and that apparently gave her the ability that she was trying to give her. And yeah, Sue's in great danger. Yeah, we already know this. You know, one little detail I like is that each character pretty much has their own little text speed and sound effect. Though females generally have higher pitched ones for obvious reasons of their voices are generally higher pitched. And they're gonna hurry to Sue's aid, but wait a minute. Master Hama, what about us? What about Reveal? She had completely forgotten. Clumsy little... Since she succeeded in passing it to Feiji, she's gonna turn the room purple and give it to Felix. No, that's a different game. To Ivan. And Ivan's learned Reveal. So now we can cross the desert. Also, for some reason, she's very glad to see that Ivan's grown into a strong man, which leads us to believe that she probably knows something about Ivan that we don't. Ivan, do you and Master Hama know each other? No, but she doesn't feel like a stranger. Felix and the others must be far ahead of us by now. Yeah. We better get moving. Let's go. We can't just leave like this. Hama might need our help. She only has Feiji to assist her. Shouldn't we help too? Yeah. I'm more worried about Felix and the others, but I'm not opposed to rescuing Sue. We'll go with you, Isaac, whatever you decide. I wonder what Master Hama was talking about. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's go. Now, here's actually where you get a bit of a branch. You can either go immediately to the desert, or you could actually go and help out Hama. And if you're going to be playing Golden Sun Lost Stage, I'd recommend helping out Hama first. Because that's a limited time thing you can do. By the way, this is Reveal. It allows you to get a water of life. If you use it in certain areas, this happens, but if you use it in other ones... actually, no, here's how basic it works. It creates a little light circle around you, and that'll change the way to things to the way they truly are. But if you leave the circle, the Psi energy ends. Fairly simple. So let's go help out Hama over here in Alpine Crossing. But how do we get over to her? Well, reveals a new passageway. Apparently, Sue's trapped under a rock. How he's not crushed to death, I don't know. I'll just blame the fact that gravity might be lower in this world. Oh, let me access my menu. Yeah, we need lift for this. That's one of the weird things about this game to me. I know, I'm very late mentioning this, I know. But you enter the menu by pressing the A button instead of the start button. Because the start menu is how you bring up the the save menu and such. Couldn't they have meant that to select? But that's just me being me. And they notice that we lifted the boulder. So we'll pull this. Or they gotta pull him out. As I mentioned, this does nothing for Golden Sun. However, the thing is that I haven't mentioned yet is that there is a bit of a system that links this game into Lost Age, the sequel. Similar to how the Oracle games link to each other through the password system. We'll get to that at the end of the game, and doing this here will influence something in Lost Age. Nothing terribly big, but it's something. And now we're back here. No, Master Hama, we're the ones who should be grateful. Thank you for passing on the power of Reveal to me. But what you said... Well, really, I was one who suggested we help you, right? Yeah. Did you want us to hurry on to the desert, Garrett? Did I, Mia? Did I really? I think you must be mistaken. Yeah, that's it. Oh, Garrett, you dunce. And that might be the last time we ever see her in the game, I think. I forget, it's been a while, as I mentioned multiple times before. Weren't you going to ask Master Hama about what she meant earlier? We do not know when we'll be able to see Master Hama again. Isaac, don't you think we should ask Master Hama what she meant? Well, yeah. See? If it's bothering you, you should just go ahead and ask now. Thank you, everyone. But it's better that we leave now. What do you mean? Master Hama hasn't looked me in the eyes since she said those words. Well, that just makes me even more curious. Don't worry about it. I doubt she would even tell me if I've asked. That didn't seem properly structured. Well, that's just... Master Hama will tell me when we completed our mission. I have to believe that. Alright, now we're done here in Lama Temple. No, Hama Temple. Hama's the master, Kyle. A lot of Amas. Where are my llamas? Where's Carl? How many of you did I just completely date with that reference? Either way, there's a synergy stone here. So that's useful. You don't need to use that one because there is one coming up here in the desert, but still. And the desert's just to the southwest. Before you enter, I recommend either doing some minor level grinding and then saving, because the enemies here can kick your ass your first time through if you're lower leveled. But I'm at a high enough level to the point I don't have to worry. Lamakan Desert here has two kinds of sand, the dark stuff and the white stuff. As much as that sounds like meat. When you're on the white sand, which is just normal sand honestly, is when your heat meter rises. When it fills up to max, that's when you start taking damage. Every 25% or so, one of your party members will talk to you. And yeah, you need to make sure you don't get maxed out on that. Anyway, two new enemies in this part. This fight rather. Salamanders have 212 HP, weak to water, strong against fire. Drop an oil drop, which is an item that does fire damage to someone, and have generic fire synergies, blast, fireball, fire blessing, and they can also guard, too. Then we got grubs, which sounds delicious. 102 HP, weak to fire, strong against earth, can drop an antidote, which obviously cures poison, and then the only real special technique they have is they can escape from battle. Whenever you see circle rocks like this, there's either an oasis in it, which restores your heat meter to minimum, an item in certain cases, or in a couple of specific cases, a certain antlion enemy. Like this one here has a synergy stone in it, which is pretty useful. This is why I said you could possibly skip that one back at Lama Temple. But, it's always useful. I just now realized that the way that the screen's waving actually distorts the top of the screen every now and then. Thankfully, oases are rather common, all things considered, but it can be troublesome if you're not paying attention. You got a bit of a branch here, and I recommend heading north first, because that's where you can encounter an orc, apparently. Orcs have 148 HP, weak to wind, strong against earth, can drop a nut, which as we all know is pretty useful. Then they have a spasm ability. I think that's just a multi-attack kind of thing. But yeah, there's a little treasure chest here which has a Vulcan axe, which is sadly unrelated to Star Trek. And at this point, I recommend you head down back to the previous oasis so you can make sure you don't take damage. Whew. That was close. Anyway, I recommend equipping the Vulcan Axe to Isaac, because that's a pretty good boost for him. And now we want to head east. If I would head east, please. There we go. I think I was just prepping myself up for like, let's go, let's go. Anyway, this is where we get to see the third kind of thing that can be in these circles. Antlions. It's pretty much a mini-boss. There are multiple of these guys. 400 HP, weak to water, strong against fire. They drop a vial, which we all know the ability of by now. They actually have a couple of synergies. They have Flare Wall, which is a fire synergy, and Earthquake, which is an earth elemental, obviously. Then they have Ultrasonic Waves, which I think inflicts a status ailment, but I don't quite recall. Either way, I'd recommend just doing everything you can to damage it, because 400 HP isn't all that much. And at my level, the psi energy that they have aren't even that bad. They gave decent experience, though. I think around... I don't remember. Well, you saw it. And I recommend running really quickly and using this oasis. And head to the north into the second and last room of the area, actually. It's just that it's really big. But with that, I'm going to need to end this off here. Thank you guys for watching, and in part 16 we'll be finishing off Lamakan Desert and heading on to the next area. See you guys then.